Can we please start this?
Welcome to Listen to Player 2, a video game of the year review show. My name is Jojo and I am your player 1.
My name is Jeff and I am your player 1.
My name is Kim and I am your player 1.
Busting. Where do we feel about it?
Oh, for Pete's sake.
You know what? My problem is that it makes me feel too good. And I feel like I might have some sort of busting addiction.
So it is December. Actually, I did pivot. Do you see? It is December. It is Dismember. And as you know, it is GOTY season. The last episode, if you didn't catch it, was the first part where we laid out our Game of the Year bracket. Because, I mean, we're a video game review show, but that also means that at the end of the year, we have to pick our Game of the Year.
We have to. It's in the contract. We can't exist without doing that.
Prepare for trouble.
Make it double.
I'll have a double, actually, of trouble. Thank you.
Is a double just, when they say a double for a drink, it's just like a 2 shots?
Yeah, it's just, why don't you just say I'll have twice as much?
Yeah,
give me a drink and put twice as much in it.
The thing that I usually have, do that again, but in multiples of 2. Yeah.
Do that 2 times. Thank you. This game is the game that we are going to recommend anytime someone asks for a game recommendation.
Or any recommendation.
For the next year.
Where should I go to school?
Yeah, where should I go to school? Where should
I'm having a really hard time and I don't know if I'm going to make it. What can I do to help? I think I'm at my breaking point.
Well, right now I would say Fortnite now, and that's going to change soon. It could be, I forget what we actually all agreed on coming out of the last episode. I don't know what's still alive, but there's more.
What is Fortnite?
I know. I'm talking about like the games that are still in the running for GOTY.
Oh, yeah. The games that are in our bracket, because we're also doing an elimination style bracket. We whittled down the list somewhat. Last time we had Spider-Man 2, Blasphemous 2, Cyberpunk 2077, The Phantom Liberty, Dredge, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and Alan Wake 2. Those that survived their Thunderdome match include Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Dredge, and Spider-Man 2.
It's funny that you laughed at Dredge. Like, what are you doing here, Dredge? Dredge, what are you doing here?
I like Dredge.
Dredge belongs to be there.
Dredge competed and won.
And it's not about how they competed in other episodes. It's this episode how they compete. We're not judging them for their overarching performance. If they have a bad day, they're cut.
That's right.
This is bake-off rules.
18-1, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm not looking at your entire 4-season run. I'm looking at what you made today in the show.
How was your bake today, and did it have a soggy bottom?
Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's unknown. Today is all we can think about.
Ocean's 11.
All right, let's do this. Who's our first person?
So we are now in the second half of our bracket. And the second half of our bracket contains the following games. Some real heavy hitters and also some real, you'll see. In the second half of our bracket, we have Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Lies of P. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get it out.
I didn't know it was a real game, and I thought you were doing a little joke.
I'm still not.
For months.
It's when you go to the bar and you talk up your dong size, and then you go home and they're just like, "Wait a minute, that was a Lies of P."
I thought you were making a shorter, like you were abbreviating it yourself. Like I thought it was short for pie. There was so many
like
things.
Lies of Pie?
Yeah,
Pies
for some reason
Lee?
I thought Lies of Pie was what you were actually referring to.
I would never lie about pie unless it was cake. But we can't give Lies of P a Lies of Pie. It has to compete. The next game we have is, of course, probably the most important one on this list. Starfield, obviously. Got to have that in there. Armored Core 6, The Fires of Rubicon, Sea of Stars, Final Fantasy 16, Resident Evil 4, and Octopath Traveller 2.
To where?
What?
To where? Where did the Octopath Traveller to?
Yeah, where they travel or to.
Where they
I mean, Octopath Traveler also.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Octopath Traveller one more time.
Octopath Traveler both. That's almost never what 2 means.
No.
We're so funny.
Yeah.
God
See?
damn it. I have pulled reviews for these games, and we are going to use those to determine what game is going to be our game of the year. It is the same system we use to choose our American president.
The bracket system.
Yeah, pretty much. The first game that we're going to be looking at, the first pairing, is, of course, Star Wars Jedi Survivor versus Lies of P.
Star Wars versus
Star Wars, just for a reminder, Star Wars Jedi Survivor is a third-person action adventure game. It has 38,493 mixed reviews, and it is available for $69.99. Lies of Pete is a third-person Souls-like. It has 17,000 very positive reviews, $59. Here is the first review. This is for Star Wars Jedi. If I can hit, there we go. I accidentally hit bold. So it's
wow.
Look at that. So
it's at least it's not in like.
Oh wait,
caps.
sorry. That was only half of it. There's another half. Hang on. There we go.
Kim, which one do you want? You want Lies of P or do you want Star Wars?
I want Star Wars. Can
Okay,
I have
Kim,
Star Wars?
this is you. This is you.
Then Kim, go for it.
Steam user Fireseed writes, I am changing my review to positive.
Oh.
Patch 5 seems to have done a lot to fix the stuttering and low FPS. It's not perfect, but for the visuals on display, I'd say it's a win. I'm still keeping my original review below, lest we forget the abysmal state this released in.
Oh, so we get update, and now you're going to read us the original.
Yeah, and our original review is, I waited for 3 patches to be released before I purchased. This game is still a stuttering, crashing mess. That being said, the actual game itself may be one of the best of the year, possibly the GOAT. That's what I said, not them. From the art design to the gameplay to the wonderful game hubs, SWD is firing on all cylinders except for performance. Wait for more patches, people, and a sale. Don't make the mistake that I did. Once performance and crashing is fixed, I will update my review. This guy really stuck to his. Yeah, wow.
This one really is like they're dating a crackhead, and they're really trying to like spin it to be like, there's all of these things that are great about my crackhead boyfriend.
So many things.
I love that they kept both. I love that they give us a chance to really like pick and choose.
I like that they took accountability for their prior opinion and owned the fact that they were, and because there's still continuity where it's like, you know, if they had waited 2 more patches, we'd have 1 solid review. But because they waited only 3, which I guess 5's the magic number. They can admit to fault, not fault, but they can admit to that their opinion can change. That
being able to change your opinion is extremely important and difficult.
Everyone deserves a second, third,
4th review,
5th, 6th. Who cares? More.
Yeah, every patch. I will do a new review every patch, and I will keep myself in check each patch, every patch. They didn't just throw away, again, the baby with the bathwater because of the performance issues. They still saw the good in it.
Well, and I have to say, like, that is some commitment, though, that they knew that there were issues. They waited for the 3rd patch, and they were still disappointed. So they wrote this review, but then by the 5th patch, it seemed to have improved, so they wanted to go back and tell people, like, oh, hey, it actually does get better. Well, they wrote an "it gets better" review.
It gets better.
It's video games are a lot like love. Sometimes it's just about timing, you know?
Yeah.
You have to find the right one, and
Right
sometimes
place
you just,
at the right time.
you know, there's some games I've played, and I'm just like, no, I just want to have sex with you. I don't want a relationship. But later on, I married those games.
Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee.
Mm-hmm.
This is for Lies of P.
All right, this is me. This is from Steam user Bellyfish. I have a fairly inflated gameplay time for a single playthrough.
Make no mistake, I hate this.
Yes. Look, ignore the numbers next to my name that say how long I've played this game. I have a fairly inflated gameplay time for a single playthrough due to leaving the game up for a later game resource farm. What? This game is so close to being something incredible, but some of the later game areas / bosses feel hard for the sake of being hard. I don't know what that means. The parry window is insanely tight, which I do remember from other reviews.
Hot.
There is no poise, which I don't know if they're talking about like conceptually or if that's a gameplay mechanic. I think it's a gameplay mechanic.
It is the most important thing. Talent, swimsuit, evening wear, poise.
Yes. I desperately want to recommend this game because it is so well polished and a love letter to FromSoft. but I cannot in good faith recommend it at this time. They needed to wait until patch 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have done that. They didn't.
If you're confused about the fact that they have 1,800 hours in this game, but are not giving it a positive review.
You want to know what really fucks up this whole thing is the number of reviews they have. And this is not a joke. 68.9.
That's the amount of hours they have on the game. For this type of game, that's a lot of hours.
Well, it was almost nice.
They almost had a nice time. They fucked up so bad.
You know what? This one is very similar in tone to the previous one that we just read.
Yeah, interesting that.
It's almost like we read them next to each other for some sort of a reason.
Hey, Jeff, are you good?
I'm looking forward to the next 2 reviews, which will also be similar in tone, I'm sure, to these 2.
You want to bet?
Well, let's go and see.
Here is the second review for Star Wars Jedi.
Oh, are y'all ready for this?
Ba, 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 ba.
Wow. It's a good thing
right
that none of us are a basketball. Steam user Ludex4. Seriously, do not buy this game. Like many, I heard the stories of performance issues on PC. I have a decent rig, so I thought I would take a chance. And hey, things work out at first. A few micro stutters, but overall not bad. I loved the first game, and I really wanted to enjoy this one. However, after the most recent June of 23 patch, the game constantly crashes. Over and over. Cutscene crash. Go down the wrong hall crash. Jump the wrong time crash. The game is unplayable. I never write reviews, but I can't let this one go. If I can prevent just one person from purchasing this trash fire, it will be worth it. Again, do not waste your money. If you are looking for a sign as to whether to buy this game or not, here it is. Do not.
Okay, I have a question. Did they leave the crash setting on, though, in options?
That's incredible to think about, Jeff. That is what an incredible mind you've got.
Beautiful.
I never would have thought of that. You're fucking monk. Like, how did you think of that, Jeff?
I'm just saying, when you take away all other options, what remains, however implausible, must be the truth.
So you go to the accessibility sections, and there's a spot that says game run bad. If you leave that checked, that's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it did reset it in that most recent patch in June of 23.
Because they want you to have the real experience.
Yeah.
They want everyone to have a shared experience with this game, which is it crash all time.
Because that's how you bond, is trauma.
Yeah, like you're in the trenches with Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
When I think about trauma bonding, I think about
Jedis?
Speed, too.
Oh.
Who said that relationships that are created during trauma rarely last.
Yeah, and it didn't.
Or they last forever.
Well, yeah, those are your 2 options, you jabroni.
Whoa, Kim, that's a curse word, I'm telling.
Yeah, Kim, but maybe you should read your Mom Hat Studios Listen to Player 2 employee handbook and see clearly the 88-page list of curse words that we are not allowed to say.
Jabroni.
And the first one, jabroni, is right there at the top.
It's also the 5th one and the 35th one because I forgot the list and then kept adding to it when I was at work.
You're like, oh, right. She keeps saying jabroni.
Every time you add it is when Kim has called you one and you're just like, I got to write that down.
I'm going to put it
She's
down
not-
one mo again.
She's got to stop saying
She
jabroni.
has to stop calling me jabroni. Just imagine, I just want to see, because as an HR person, I want someone to come into my office very seriously, sit down in front of me and just be like, I have a complaint to make. I keep getting called a jabroni.
My coworker Kim keeps calling me a jabroni. I don't know what it is, but I would like you to have her stop.
Now, here's what's good is because of Jeff's most recent lesson, he's like, well, you're both right. You are a jabroni.
You can both be jabronis in this situation, and you can bond over that shared trauma.
You jabroni.
Jabroni, get out of my
Fucking
office.
jabroni.
The next
Get
scene
outta
is me
here.
walking out of the building with a box full of my stuff.
And then everyone's clapping like at the end of that movie, Jerry McGuigman.
And then the next scene is a newspaper headline that says, local business closes down due to outbreak of jabronis.
You were the only one controlling the jabronis.
We live in a jabroni world.
I was the thin red line that separated chaos from jabronis.
This must stop. We need to go on.
Okay, continue. Okay, give me my last one. My next one.
All right. This is the second one for Lies of P. God, it's so good to say. And I
played it yet.
Here's this fucked up. Kim, you're probably gonna pick Lies of P. Knowing what I know about you, you're probably gonna pick Lies of P.
I don't like being told what I like, but go on.
It's reverse psychology.
Go ahead,
gotcha. This is from Steam user Belz, Belze, or Belzy, or Beelzebub, whatever. A week ago, I was diagnosed with a terminal illness. And the doctors have given me a year at best. I'm so glad I was able to play this before I go. I don't know how many people will see this. And now, and in parentheses for me, hear about it on a podcast. But I recommend to you to play this game if you do see it. Gameplay, atmosphere, graphics, everything is masterfully crafted. If you read it, thank you and goodbye.
It's not
Smiley
funny to
face.
have terminal cancer.
Okay, and this is very important. And we joke around. It's not funny. It's not funny that this person is sick.
No.
It's fucking hilarious that this is a review for a video game.
This is either like, again, somebody else who found their last sort of found peace with video games before dying, or a very strange and elaborate marketing ploy from video games.
Yeah.
We've got this one woman in Alabama who keeps buying our games simply because she thinks someone died before they played it.
Which is, I mean, every game that is true.
Yeah, everybody dies before they play some game.
Some games, I guess, after died happily knowing that they got to play the game.
Yeah.
I have to give Cowboy food real quick.
They got a little bit of joy.
Whoa. Jeff has to give Cowboy food, but we have to sit here and contemplate life and death, Kim.
I know. And I'm pretty good at that.
So what are you thinking? Where's it falling for you?
I think that really the meaning of life is probably...
I meant what game?
Oh, Life of P.
Yeah?
Yeah, it really seems like Star Wars really biffed it with the crashing and the badness. And
It's
I just across the board, I haven't had anybody say they don't like Life of P.
Yeah, I mean, even the ones that don't like Life of P are basically saying, I hate this, and I played so much of it. It's like, even when you don't like it, you're basically admitting you liked it.
Thousands of hours.
What if I don't know what you guys are talking about, but what if there should be some inverse to this review where this person was like, I was diagnosed with something terminal. We didn't say it was cancer, but it could be anything.
I was diagnosed with something and I was on the mend, but then I played this game and whoop, remission over.
Or just like, I played a game so bad that it gave me a terminal illness.
Yeah. Or I only had 6 months left, and unfortunately I spent 3 of it playing this trash game.
Now that would be an amazing review.
Yeah. I didn't go to like Ireland or my homeland or do some sort of world tour. No, I spent 6 months playing Lies of P, and then I died happily in bed.
Yep.
And I'm about to finish this review as I go, and I'll hit the period and...
It's the review, the post button for the review is linked up to their heart rate. So when they pass, it will then post the review.
That's kind
of like roll me up and smoke me when I die.
Yeah.
So Liza P is moving on.
I'm that's where I vote. I'm voting for Liza P.
Jeff.
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 I'm gonna have to go with Liza P. Okay. Yeah.
This is why you don't tell people who you vote for.
It's not because they shame you if you don't vote for the person that they're voting for, and then I won't know if I'm the reason. What if this person could have bounced back from this?
Jeff, if you want to if you want to throw your vote away for a third party of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I will flip a coin.
No, I don't want Belzy to have died in vain. I need them to know.
Everyone dies in vain, you jabroni.
Yeah, it's true. I was about to tell Joe the meaning of life, which is that there is none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sooner you figure that out.
This is a fun podcast.
Isn't that technically something? You say, what's the meaning of life? There is none. Well, then that is
the meaning, is that there's no meaning.
You could derive meaning from that, Kim. Chaos.
The only thing that's constant is change. Are you ready for our next pairing?
Yes.
Starfield versus Armored Core 6, The Fires of Rubicon.
Ooh.
Starfield is a first-person role-playing game. by Bethesda. I believe last I checked it is $59.99. Although they might have decided to bump it up to the nice price because they worked so hard and so long on it.
And they're so mad that everyone doesn't like it as much as they wanted them to.
We don't normally mention the developers, but the developers actually, I believe, said, no, the game's fun. You guys are wrong.
Yeah, they've been responding to reviews on Steam.
I just realized that the review that I put for you guys does have a developer response. I'm going to hold back on it because it's pretty fucking great.
Okay. Okay.
No, but Starfield, it has at present on Steam a truly, truly outrageous 82,932 mixed reviews. It is available for $69.99. It is on sale right now. The other game in our list is Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, third-person robot action game, $60, 47,000 positive reviews. This is the first review for Starfield.
Kim, which one do you want?
Oh, I'll let you choose because I chose last time.
I kind of want the Starfield because I wasn't on that episode, but I was on the Armored Core episode.
Then you're about to get one hell of an education.
Okay, because I missed that one, so I want to taste a little bit of it.
All right.
This is from Steam user Arisa Koizumi. It's fun, sometimes funny, and interesting the first couple of playthroughs. Okay, geez, you played through it multiple times.
Whoa, big spender.
I played the heck out of it after release, trying out different builds and decision trees, but I haven't touched it after that. I can't really cite exactly what's bad about it, though the animation and character models feel like they're from 2013. Ooh. But it's really missing some quality that keeps the game interesting in the long term, despite the fact I really like how they handle New Game Plus. It's quite clever. That said, I'll surely check out any DLC, and I'm looking forward to official mod support to see what the community can come up with to help with the replayability issue. I'm kind of, is this bad or good? I'm kind of confused.
This is a positive review.
All right. They said they don't know what's bad about it. They can't put their finger on it, but then they just kind of said a lot. They played it multiple times.
Yeah, and they hate it.
I mean, I go and eat a Jack in the Box a lot, and it hurts me too.
We can't really be throwing stones here.
Yeah,
I'm convinced that Jack in the Box is one of the few fast foods that if you get it, you park your car.
Yeah.
I've only ever had Jack in the Box that one time that we went and made you eat all those cheeseburgers.
There are two Jack in the Boxes within a mile radius of each other that have closed near where I work. There's only one left.
The only one that would live was the one you fed, Jeff.
Or it killed the other two and it's become more Jack in the Box. It's taken up all their positive traits.
It's a Carl's Jr.
Okay. That's across the street from it, actually.
Oh my God.
Here is the one for Armored Core 6.
All right. Steam user Relaxed Yeti. I am a 450-year-old mech pilot, probably one of the oldest individuals operating this simulator. I am the sole guardian to my offspring, who is now in his 140th cycle. My protege received this simulator for the galactic celebration in 4021 from his guardian kin. So we integrated it into his neutral interface, and he began simulation.
I got real quick, Kim. I would love just to pause this real quick before we get to the end of this crazy review. I would pose to everybody to hire Kim to be the opening narrator for your complicated sci-fi television show or movies.
If Kim can't read it, it's bad.
I just want to hear Kim reading the opening to like Battlestar Galactica in the most uncertain of tones.
By the end of the week, he had 24 cycles immersed in his simulator. You want me to start like putting emphasis?
No, Kim, keep going. No,
concerned me. It was already challenging for me to engage in the shared experience with my offspring, as he was always exploring virtual realms or absorbing data streams. So I decided, I'll go Seinfeld. So I decided to create a Neuralink account and access the simulator to see if I could, oh my God, there's more.
There's a lot more,
perhaps synchronize experiences with him. I initialized the program and calibrated my mech and the environment and commenced the simulation, but was unsure of the mission objectives. I sent a data query to my offspring for guidance, and he established a co-op simulation for me. It was exhilarating, marking the most meaningful synchronization I had had with my offspring since my partner went offline. This simulator has, since then, bridged the distance between me and my offspring. And now, we even share moments outside the virtual realm. This experience reminded me that joy can be found in every simulation, and it has encoded many treasured memories for both me and my offspring.
What was this about again?
This is about Armored Core 6.
Is it? I object.
This is, and in case you're wondering, this is a positive review. It's basically talking about how this old gentleman and his 24-year-old kid bonded over playing a co-op game after their wife died, or partner died, I should say.
Not their mutual wife, but I'm
No,
assuming
the dad and the parent and the child do not.
Yeah.
Sorry, the progenitor and the offspring do not share a partner.
Not to say that if you were in a polyamorous relationship and then your shared partner did die.
But also that shared partner is your mom. Do you really want to double down on saying that all of this is okay, friend?
Yeah, Jeff. I already said it was a positive review.
Okay.
You don't have to you don't have to do this. They're already dead, Jeff.
Oh no! Did they also have? They also had a chronic, terrible illness.
Someone did die in this review.
Everybody,
No,
every
somebody
review
was already dead.
Yeah, the wife had died.
Yeah.
The wife mom.
The partner. That's all we know. It's the partner. The partner
Yeah.
died.
Anyways.
This person is from the future. They don't.
Yes.
They don't use words like we do.
Their concept of relationships is different than our rudimentary way.
Just like their
their
concept of space and time.
Yeah.
It's whichever one you feed. Now, are we ready for the next Starfield review?
I don't know how mine's gonna stack up to that
Honestly,
one.
I don't know where I am right now. I kind of
Blacked out in the booth a little bit.
So second one for Starfield from Steam user Nightfield. Is that because it's like a Starfield thing?
It's Nightfall. I wrote Nightfield because I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Oh,
Nightfall.
okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's because you were thinking of Starfield and you saw the field and you put
I
that
was.
in. Yeah.
And also, I have incredible news when you're done with it.
This is from Steam user Nightfall, which is like a Batman reference. I played for 75 hours because I needed the dopamine fix. Looking back, it's a boring story in a boring world. Also, I cannot get over the one mission I thought would be awesome. Finding a ship launched from Earth 200 years earlier with the offspring of the original crew finally finding humanity, and they have the same computers with the same operating system on their ship as the rest of the universe. Why?
Now, multi-million-dollar publicly traded corporation, Bethesda.
I've heard of them.
They have Fallout, the TV series, coming out on fucking Amazon.
I'm so fucking stoked.
And they felt the need
to respond
to this one.
This one specifically.
Bethesda _ Falco Yamaoka, a developer. I don't know what role they serve, but here's what they said. Hi. We appreciate you taking the time to provide your review, and I'm sorry to hear that you did not enjoy your time in Starfield. Now, there's a lot of ways that this could go.
Yeah.
Here's the one they chose. If you feel that things are getting boring, there's so much more to do than just the main mission. There are many side missions where you can learn more about the people and story of Starfield.
Oh.
You can take time to explore various planets and resources and items. Break the law by smuggling and selling contraband. Build your own outposts and starships and customize them to your enjoyment.
Is this just the fucking press release for the game?
Hey,
what is this?
There are many things you can do, and you can visit our Discord for further ideas from other players, and then there's a link to their Discord. Now, in case you were wondering if it ended there, don't worry, because Starfield is an RPG with hundreds of hours of quests to complete and characters to meet. Most quests will also vary on your character skills and decisions, massively changing the outcome of your playthrough. Try creating different characters with backgrounds and characteristics that clash or are a positive, as an oppositive, of your previous character.
Oh, a positive.
I don't know if this is a real word. You will feel like you're playing a totally different game. Put points and different skills from the character you previously created, and you are now faced with a completely different decision to make it difficulties to encounter. This is basically them going, hey, if you eat dinner in the dining room instead of the kitchen, it's going to be a different meal. There are so many layers to Starfield, like an onion, that you will find things you've never knew were possible.
This is so obnoxious.
After playing for hundreds of hours.
So obnoxious.
Even after completing the main story, your adventure doesn't end. You can continue on to New Game Plus to keep exploring Starfield and all that's out there. Please provide feedback for the development of Starfield. Use this form here. And thanks again, and hope you return your journey to space soon. Warm regards, Bethesda customer support.
The thing is, he did not reach out to Bethesda customer support.
They could have just as easily not.
Yeah. What you could have said was nothing.
That if I was on the receiving end of that bullshit, when I wasn't even like the game is bad.
Yeah,
I bought your game and plugged 75 hours into it. I would write a physical letter.
I would carve it in stone.
I would send something physical to their offices, and I would print out that review, and I would just have a piece of paper that just says "don't."
Nah.
And no, thank you. Also, why? I feel targeted.
There is one comment.
I was like, can they respond back to it?
No, there are over 348 comments on this review. Most of them in response to the developer.
Yeah.
But the one I will highlight is from user Serious Sam THC that says, I have seen more genuine dev responses in the Google Play Store. That is bonkers.
Yow. I've seen those responses too. I know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's not only for Candy Crush. Like, we fucked up. Sorry.
That response sounds like it was funneled through. It was like filtered through whatever Verizon or Comcast uses for their customer service reps. Dead-eyed, overly saccharine type of way of looking. I hate it.
Now
That's
we
awful.
have to. But we're not done. We have to give the opposition equal time. Of course, I do mean. Here's the other review for Armored Core 6.
Right. I don't think a developer probably responds to those ones.
From Software, I don't think English is their native language.
I don't think they give a shit.
Is this me?
Yes, you
This
can.
is you.
Steam user Cold Forge.
That rules. Actually, that's a fucking badass name. That's the name of a user who plays fucking Armored Core. My name is Cold Forge. I play Armored Core.
Every good thing in the game, and there are a lot of them, is balanced from a From Software special boss fight in all caps that throws out the entire flow of the game and requires you to create a special build to fight. Build and play your core however you like, except for the numerous and incongruous boss fights. Then you'll have to use the magic restart from the checkpoint menu and change up your entire loadout in the middle of the level. Stupid and pointless injection of a studio's ego into an otherwise excellent game.
Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. That's what I'm getting from this. That's what
Yeah.
Cold Forge is telling me. Even when it's bad, it's actually still pretty good.
Cold Forge is also saying that like I gotta change the way I approach these games.
I have to fucking get my shit together.
This is a me problem.
Yeah, it's a me problem. It's a them problem.
I don't like that they clearly pointed this out as a me problem. That sucks for me.
Don't draw me into your fight with a developer.
Yeah.
I'm just a
Bastards.
guy on a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Why
a dude.
why am I fighting against big business right now against Bethesda?
I'm just a little guy.
I'm just a squirrel.
I'm just trying to get a nut. Not this one.
You guys are so weird.
I wanted to take it back to Busted makes me feel again, but fucking Kim ruined it.
Yeah, I'm glad.
What's moving on?
So I have to go with Armored Core simply because of the developer's comment.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it was a fair fight until I noticed that.
Yeah.
It's now tainted Starfield. The game has already kind of been tainted for a lot of reasons, I think. Not even the game, just like Bethesda's response in every way, shape, and form to people's response to it.
Starfield's dad came to school to tell us to stop picking on it. Like, sorry that happened, but it did. And that's not good. The social capital that Starfield may have had is completely gone.
The Bethesda developers or the team that said to go and do this, they have less of a sense of accountability than Steam user Fireseed when they played up until patch 3 of Star Wars Jedi, and then they came back on patch 5 and they admitted that hey, this is better now.
We fucked up.
Yeah.
That was my opinion then. It's changed now.
I'm a different person than I was.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
Except for
Starfield.
Yes.
They've burned their goodwill with fire. All right, so Armored Core 6 moves on.
all right.
Wait, I didn't vote.
Oh,
Okay, Kim. Kim, what
Kim,
do
you want to
vote
pick
for?
Armored Core 6 or you want to pick Starfield?
Armored Core 6, please.
Very well. Armored Core 6 moves on. We've got, hey, listen, the absentee
I
ballot.
just want to be included.
We have to have the guise of a fair and equal democratic process. So
We read the reviews. What do you want from us? Okay, time for
You don't want to destroy democracy, do you? Do you?
yeah.
No, I don't. Next up, Sea of Stars versus Final Fantasy 16. Did I really pair these up together?
Two RPGs.
Two RPGs.
RPGs.
Sea of Stars. It is a turn-based RPG in a classic JRPG style. It currently enjoys 5,608 very positive reviews on the old Steam, and it is available normally for $35. Final Fantasy 16 is actually not on Steam, as I found out the hard way. It is enjoying 8.1 on Metacritic, 9,991 user reviews, and it is available for $69.99. It's also a third-person action RPG.
Like Devil May Cry with magic. Cam, you choose. I chose last time.
I'll do Sea of Stars.
Okay.
I want to play Sea of Stars. People like it.
Or do they?
Oh, or do they? We'll find out.
Yeah.
Steam user Solang writes, hate to say it, but this game is just boring. I thought I'd grab this as it looked like a chill Steam Deck game to chip away during the evenings, but I've put it down and I don't really feel the urge to pick it back up again. I never played the Chrono Trigger FF or anything like it, so take what I say with a pinch of salt. The art style, animation, and music all blend together well, creating a pretty package. But for me, it just falls apart the longer it goes. I've played for 8 hours, and I feel like I've given it a decent go, with the last 3 feeling quite forced, waiting for that light bulb moment that never really came. It was once I began actively sprinting past combat encounters that I realized I was bored. I packed this game away shortly after. I do, however, realize that my mouse is missing. There it is. Okay. I do, however, see the appeal for those more seasoned JRPG enjoyers and appreciate the work that's clearly gone into the creation of this game. But for me personally, I found the experience pretty middling at best. This is like, I see what you did there, and I appreciate what you've tried to do. I see what they're trying to do, and I appreciate you.
Yes.
That's what Solang is saying. Yeah. But and I have to say, like, that really is, this entire review is, I don't like the style of game, and I've never played this style of game before. If you liked the style of game, maybe you would like it.
Mm-hmm.
They acknowledge that there is a swath of people where this game will hit all those buttons.
This is a little more hinged than I was expecting.
What they could have said was nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Well, it's just like
you didn't like it.
I mean, it's less about, it seems, the game and more about the genre of game. Like, because he says, like, I haven't played anything that's like this. So it's like, he's like, everything about this is good, but just the genre. It's like if I didn't like first-person shooters and I was just like, oh, yeah, I fucking hate Halo. It's awful. It doesn't play well. It's like, well, this is a genre that I just don't click with.
No,
So,
it would be like if you were like, I don't play Halo. It's awful. It's shit. The graphics are great. The music is fantastic. Like, the storyline is interesting. I just think it's total fucking garbage.
Are there any games, Kim, that you can think of that you're just like, I appreciate that it exists and I acknowledge that it's a piece of work, but not for Kim?
Michael Jeffrey, I need you to sit down. I do have an answer to this question.
Okay. What is it?
Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Speaking of which, here is the first review from Google user. I had to get this from fucking Google.
Gonna get from Metacritic?
No, Google's wilder.
Okay.
He wants a hairy one.
Yeah.
Oh, hairy one. All right, this one's also
Matthew
long.
Desjardins. I used to know. It's Desjardins.
Desjardins? I was gonna say, do you know Matthew?
No, I know. I used to know a Desjardins.
I would love a sandwich with mustard on it.
Desjardins sounds like a nice
Sounds like a sandwich.
like a store. It was like a sandwich or like a nice like a Gottschalk's, you know?
Ooh.
So this was a kid in middle school, and he was like the first kid in middle school that just like was everybody just thought he was so incredibly hot. His name was Jeremy Desjardins.
Oh.
You hearing? You out there, Jeremy? You hearing this? Everyone's
You
like,
hear this?
hot.
Oh man. He was shorter than average and had huge ears and was a singer. And girls just thought he was the most amazing kid in the whole world. And I was just like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Were you not lulled by his siren song like all the other women?
He was fine. I don't know. He just seemed nice, and I just like kept my distance because that was my character.
I kind of kept Kim's like, yeah, this guy was all right, and then I know your dating history and that the type of men that you went on to date eventually. Maybe you should have hung out with the Jeremy Desjardins, Kim,
Of the world.
of the world.
Perhaps.
Jeff,
Things ended well for me. I ended on a high note.
Kim, end it. You're still alive.
All right, so this is from Matthew Desjardins.
God, I love the name so much.
It's a good name. I haven't felt this way about a video game, or really a song, an art piece, a story, or an experience. You could just say experience. In a long time. I mentioned the other four things. Sorry, it's like he heard me.
Got your ass.
I mentioned the other four.
Drag him, Desjardins, drag him.
I mentioned the other four things because they all contribute to the artistic masterpiece that is Final Fantasy 16 with the numbers, not the
Not the
numerals.
Roman numerals.
So not a real fan.
Maybe that's why I can't find it.
Yeah, as a fan. Oh, I said he was not a real fan, and he says as a fan. Shit, he's just calling me out on each one. Of the series for decades, I have played every title. I was initially worried about the departure from turn-based / time-based combat as well because it was what I grew up with. Those worries are gone. The game is just challenging enough, but not so difficult to cause even beginners to be deterred from the gameplay aspect. This is written like a guy whose last name is Desjardins would write it too. Like if
And
there
it
was
is.
like. Yeah, it is, but it's just like now I'm going to be like that's a very Desjardins-esque way of writing a review. This game has so many moments that gave me full body shakes. You have a medical condition and caused my hair to stand up.
And my jaw to get stuck and headaches, nausea, vomiting.
I had an erection for 4 hours.
Synosi. My hair to stand up, my jaw to drop, my tears to roll, and my excitement and adrenaline to surge. It's a masterpiece. You could really tell the team put their souls into it. The visuals and the story and music are absolutely ethereal.
And the ghosts that I had to bust because everyone died. And they made it. They put their souls in. That's how you get a soul in something. You die.
Wouldn't they? So saying that the visual story and music are ethereal, isn't ethereal kind of denoting that like they're sort of not
It's
quite
not really
there?
Yeah, the game, these things that I love, they aren't actually there because they're ghosts.
Yeah. Great game, and I'll always remember my journeys through Valisthea, and I'll play it again for sure. This review started off as very Desjardins-esque, and then it got less Desjardins-esque as I continued through it.
But it's still Desjardins.
But it seemed to like it was Desjardins with the lowercase d there at the end. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. And also just some of the formatting. He didn't capitalize Valisthea.
He didn't.
Place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we ready for the second Sea of Stars review?
Fuck yeah.
These are
man.
so long.
I know.
Yeah, these are like, did Jesse Jones write all of these reviews?
We're doing workplace comedy for just us right now. The Synosi thing, and then that, it's like no one gets that but us.
If they listen to the other episodes, they do.
Some people know what Synosi is.
If you listen to the last two eps.
No one knows who Jesse is, and they still
They
don't.
might.
But that's like it's like an Easter egg.
rough,
It's like
man.
they have to now. It's like
We've created an ARG.
it's an ARG. They got to find out who Jesse is.
Yeah, and he's a great guy.
Yeah, I got a text.
Anyway.
I got a message from him today.
All right, you guys, are you ready? I'm on a show on Friday. Are you ready for this?
Go for it.
Steam user vid. What?
No, that's correct. It's just I'm so. Why do people name their shit like this? I don't think they intended for anyone to read it.
TSCHVID vid. Chrono Trigger meets Mario Legend of the Seven Stars. That's how I see it. Love the game. Finished my first playthrough on the Game Pass. Bought the game full price here on Steam for my second playthrough for complete achievement and true ending. I have no complaints. Soundtrack is good. Story and character development is amazing. Wonderful game overall. P.S. After reaching the true ending and getting 100% achievement, I've come to say it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
My opinion stands to be the same.
You bought it twice, basically. Yeah, I would hope so.
I moved with the story, with Sabotage's work, and now I'm about to purchase The Messenger. thank you for making a great game. Let's go. Outstanding Visual Style Award.
I think it's supposed to be visual style, and I think they just threw a T in there.
Unless Vistual is a word we don't know. What do we think Vistual means?
It sounds like something that you roll around in your mouth, like visceral.
Yeah, it's a little visceral-esque.
But with fists.
I had to get ready for my time recording voiceover, so I used the Vistual for about 6 hours.
Oh,
to
yeah.
prep, get the cords loose.
Well,
the Vistual.
I have an appointment next week. I'm going to go get a colonoscopy, an endoscopy, and a Vistual. They're going to do all three.
That also works very well. Yes.
I had to pay $1,400 because the Vistual on my Nissan Murano went out.
Oh, God, I hate that. Yeah. And the Vistual, the part's not cheap. It's just the labor.
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous.
In traditional Korean cooking, it is normal to actually boil the Vistual until all of the goo in it seeps out into a tasty broth.
That does sound good. I had curry tonight. It was good. Anyway.
Are we ready for the second Final Fantasy review?
Give me the 16th one. From Matt Ryan, who I feel like we all know somebody named Matt Ryan.
We all know a Matt Ryan. I think I know a Matt Ryan who died.
I think that if I knew a Matt Ryan, I'm pretty sure he was either a skater or he had a concave chest. One of those two. Maybe both.
I'm going to Google it right now.
Matt Ryan, concave chest. Do that.
No, Matt Ryan.
All right, Matt Ryan. Final Fantasy 16. Yet another, quote, game, end quote, that represents everything wrong with the gaming industry currently. I put quotes around shit, motherfucker.
That's not a game.
Yeah.
It is a game, but it's not.
Pretty graphics, flashy animations, 10 seconds of follow the marker gameplay till you hit the next cutscene. If this game was a new IP and not carrying the Final Fantasy name, it would be absolutely slated as generic and soulless. The issues here are many and varied, and I'm not sure if Square can ever recapture the magic they once had, or if they even want to. No party, you play as one dude and that's it. Almost zero itemization, which is again indicative of the dumbing down this game's received. No sense in simple things like attacking a fire enemy with a fire attack should heal it, but not here because the game doesn't care. Absolutely zero reason to explore the empty world, which is perhaps just as well, as there's nothing to find or collect here anyways. I'll give it credit where it's due and say the story is good.
What?
Definitely tells a good tale, but if that's all I want, then I'll watch Netflix. Just watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Final Fantasy series is a shadow of what it used to be, and because Square seem hell-bent on appealing to the zero attention span button masher crowds that make up the majority of gamers today, I doubt it ever will be again.
Holy shit, man. Get your thumb out of your ass.
They made one bad game. Like this year at least. But this is one bad game amongst their many, but it's like,
they're spiraling down the drain right now.
Kim, there goes the season.
There goes the season.
Fuck.
Did Mike's dad write this?
I've been thinking about that actually. That's what this is. There goes the season.
Yeah. Yeah, you started out, it was bad for a second. You're like, well, fuck it, we're done.
I don't like the one thing that they made.
Not even once.
No thanks.
Okay, so you know how common the name Ryan or
Matt Ryan?
Matt Ryan is.
Oh, amazingly
I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 friends on Facebook who I share mutual friendships with different Ryan or
different Matt Ryans?
Different Matt Ryans.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
The Matt Ryan verse?
Where are they coming from?
I have no idea, but apparently sometime between 30 and 40 years ago, lots of people were like, what should we name him, honey?
Matt or
Matthew, I guess.
Or Matthew. There's a couple of Matthews in here. But anyway, I don't know which game to go with, you guys.
I'm going to go with Sea of Stars.
Kim, just looking at the reviews, that's all we can go off of. By law,
we're blind to all other things.
I vote Chrono Trigger.
You mean Sea of Stars, Kim?
You mean Sea of Stars?
I thought it was Chrono Trigger.
No, they just mentioned Chrono Trigger in their review.
It's similar to Chrono Trigger.
But it means a lot that's where your heart was.
I thought that's where my heart was.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger.
That was the hanging Chad.
Sea of Stars. I'm the hanging Chad.
Hi, this is my super hot boyfriend, Hanging Chad. What up?
Jealous.
I love to surf and slam. Hanging Chad. He loves
He
hanging
hangs.
Chad.
He hangs when he slam dunks. He hangs
That's
onto
right.
he hangs onto the rim too long.
Now, it kind of feels like all the games that in the second half of the bracket have felt lopsided, if I'm being honest. Like, oh yeah, there's a clear winner, which seems unfair. Hopefully this will...
You think that, but then we get a hold of these reviews, and who knows
That's
what's going to
true.
happen.
That's true. All right, time for our final set. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Resident Evil 4 versus Octopath Traveller 2. Resident Evil 4 is a third-person survival horror. It is available for, last I checked, $59.99 and has 71,816 positive reviews on Steam. Octopath Traveller 2 is a JRPG. It is $60 and it has also got 7,045 positive reviews. Substantively less. Or substantially. I'm not actually sure which one of those is correct. Who wants the Resident Evil 4 review?
I will do the Resident Evil 4.
Then fucking do it, coward. Let me hit enter. Wait. Hang on. Yeah, coward.
All right. This is from Steam user Sharkblaze.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, Sharkblaze. Great game of remake from original RE4. Can craft ammo, repair a combat knife, carry extra melee, and some of the unique weapons yet to be seen, like the bolt gun, is a new addition to Mine Layer Rifle, as it can retract bolts from impaling enemies, shoot through shields, and use explosive tips. The new cosmetics for the characters are eye-catching, to say the least, so you can play with style through the main story. I give it a 9 out of 10 for my taste.
There was a part in there where I was like, I cannot understand these words.
Yeah, there's a lot of missing between words that seem to have just been edited out from their review. And I also, I'm always off put when somebody says the phrase "to say the least."
To say the
To
least.
say the least.
To say the least would be to say nothing, but
Yeah, that would be the least.
The least
which is
amount.
what they could have said.
Yeah.
They could have said nothing.
To say one step above the least.
slightly above the minimal amount of effort. For Sharkblaze's taste, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. So pretty good. But
Yeah, pretty
but they
good.
do see room for improvement. But they don't mention what it is.
They don't mention what it is, which is I
Yeah.
can't wait until their patch 2.0 review eventually when that happens.
All right.
Kim, you ready for Octopath Traveler 2's first one?
I'm not yawning. Steam user 3elephant. As someone who put about 200 hours into the first game and finished it only today, I can confidently say that this leagues beyond better than the first one. An hour into this game, I'm blown away by the sound design, the voice acting, character design, the beauty of the world. The developers absolutely listened to the criticism that came for the first game and blew every expectation out of the water. Stop reading this and buy it already. Edit. Can you go in you can go in the water?
Do you need a voice actress that exudes bewilderment in every sentence she says?
A belligerent and terrifying energy. That is the description that Kim received for her reading of Melrose Place, the stage version.
I like it because Kim's sort of like, what if we took somebody from the year 2007 and brought them to 2023 and made them play Resident Evil 4 Remake and write about it? This is what it might sound like.
It's a pretty incredible character.
You can go in the water?
You can go in the water. That's amazing. You
Look,
just
I'll
sit
say that.
around?
I do think about, like, on many occasion when I played World of Warcraft for the first time at this point over 20 years ago, I think, right? I don't know when vanilla came out, and I jumped for the first time and your character does a little flip. I know what this person feels like. That was me. And then you could go in the water in that game too.
You could go in the water.
Yeah.
So are you saying that Octopath Traveler 2 is as good as World of Warcraft?
I would say it's as good, if not better, but I'll wait until the second review tells me what to think.
Very well. Very
That's
well.
smart.
Kim, go ahead and add that section to your reel. Jeff, here is the second review for Resident Evil 4.
Oh, I forgot Kim was doing Octopath.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought she was
right.
doing Resident Evil.
Yeah,
for
you're
some
doing
reason.
the other
It didn't
one.
say the name anywhere, and nothing about it really spoke to specifically anything about Octopath.
Did I mess up?
No,
No,
you're
you
fine.
did good.
Okay.
I nothing in that review you just read said Octopath anywhere in it. Like, and nothing.
Okay, without looking, can you spell Octopath?
I can because I know.
I can't.
OCTOPATH.
That's pretty good. Let me see. Yes, that's correct. Good job, Kim.
But it's just like the
Okay,
review
wait,
that,
no. Spell Traveler.
Traveler.
Just got you there.
I think it's 2 L's, right?
No, it's 1 L.
Fuck. Good job, Kim.
English major, stupid.
Fuck you.
Thanks.
Read the next review.
But I
have a hard time.
on Kim's.
I've often been told I'm the worst speller that whoever is saying it has ever met.
Yeah, and Julie, I would tell you who they are, but I do not know how to spell their name.
No,
Therefore,
I mean, it's
cannot
whoever,
say it.
yeah.
It's
No,
whoever.
it's
You're
just
the worst.
whoever is talking to me. And many people have told me I'm the worst speller they've ever met.
They're probably just saying you're the first person whose spelling is a reason I would categorize them.
They're probably also just looking for reasons to hate you.
No, one of the doctors. Oh, he was the doctor that was at the brewery with us. That
One of those
when I
guys was a
visiting.
doctor?
Yeah, the guy that came over and said hi to me. He was a doctor. Anyway, he told me when I first started working for him, one of his favorite attributes of me was I made his spelling look less bad.
Nice.
My favorite thing about Kim is how much of a dumb idiot she is.
Yeah, and then I continued to work for him for 7 years, and we have a wonderful relationship.
Kim is the rising tide.
She makes me look good as a doctor and a speller.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
This is from Steam user Super XEBHA Ziba.
I want to say Chiba. Like drugs?
Shiba or Jiba. Maybe it says
Shiba.
Shiba. Yeah. This is for Resident Evil 4. Because now looking at the one Kim just read, you could attribute Kim's last review to any game. It's just very. It doesn't say anything
any
specific.
game where you can go in the water.
Yeah, that's true. That's not a lot. That's why it's so impressive. Hardcore difficulty being recommended for as, quote, for those that played the original RE4, end quote, did more to hurt my opinion of this game than anything else because it's just completely wrong. While the visuals are similar, the game handles completely differently from the original.
It's got that extra torque.
Yeah.
The towing capacity is so much different. You think you know how to use it, but you don't.
And the wheel drive, it's not just rear wheel drive, it's also full. It's
some wheel drive.
It's some wheel. It's just it's the front right and the back left.
it just goes in circles.
While the visuals are similar, the game handles completely differently from the original. Leon moves slower. There's inertia to turning. Everything the player does is more sluggish and less responsive, and it takes serious adjustment if you're expecting to play it like the original. So
Can I just say that it's weird that people feel the need to say the same thing 3 different ways?
Yeah, and because they got to drive their point home. It's the rule of 3. That's what the rule of 3 is about, right?
Yeah, it's about saying the same thing 3 times.
You know what? There are 3 of us on this podcast, as I'm realizing.
Yeah, true. And God, so 4.
And God, you know what? We do need to leave room for the Holy Spirit. That's true.
I've no doubt it's fine overall, but in terms of feeling like the original, it's not what I wanted. It doesn't feel like an upgraded version of RE4. It feels like a different game entirely, and that's not what I want from a game calling itself RE4. Well, my dude, don't worry about it because they called it. I'm sorry, my dude or lady, they, them.
Thank you.
My they them.
They called it.
No, you can dudes. You can dudes.
Dudes can be generic unless they say otherwise. They don't
Okay,
wanna be
let's just
called
go
dudes.
with partner.
All right, hey, partner.
Friend.
They don't call it RE4. They call it RE4 remake.
I actually think they just call it RE4.
No,
I don't think they
call
say
it
remake in it. I think they just call it Resident Evil 4.
Well, if it was a remaster, sure.
It's not. I think they just
It's
call
not.
it Resident Evil 4.
Is
Hang
it
on.
called
Let me
Resident-
double
is it
check.
called-
Cheese and crackers, you guys are killing me. This has been going on for hours. Is this what elections are like?
Yeah, okay, this is what hey, we got to count them. All
It
right.
just says Resident Evil 4. Okay, it just says a remake. So my
Yeah.
bad. I apologize.
Oh, see, that's it's good about that is being able to say you were wrong.
Yeah,
I was
Dumb
wrong.
bastard.
That was brave of you, Jeff.
But knowing that it was a remake, maybe you shouldn't expect it to operate exactly the same as the
Whoa.
previous one.
Fuck. Kim,
Yes, friend.
last review for Octopath Traveller 2.
We can
From-
move on with our lives.
From
Yallop. I only put a negative rating so people know what they're getting into if they are on the fence on buying the game or not. It's a great game. Loved it. But know that one design choice make it the definition of grindy?
Grindy, I
Grindy.
think.
Grindy?
Grindy.
If you are a bit of a completionist, there is 8 character with their own story to follow. So you will likely take your favorite character first and play the adventure and it'll be great adventure. The problem arise. I'm not reading this wrong. This is how it's written. The problem arise when you wonder what about the other characters in their story, and the character not in your active party do not gain XP in any way, meaning that you have to re-level the 4 character.
Yeah, it says, meaning that you will have to re-level.
That you will have to re-level the 4 character. Any RPG vet will be used to those type of games being, I guess, grindy is what we're saying. And I would be fine with it. The problem is that they locked the main character to the party just being there and trying to keep it alive. I think I skipped some lines. Hold on. Meaning if you switch 3 of the characters to power level them and say you bring them to 40,
All right.
there's still 1 character that will be level 1 or 6.
That's
and
the only 2
bring...
levels you can be.
Then you bring that character, which will probably be the least favorite of them all.
Let's be serious. Yeah, come on.
Along with your party just being there and trying to keep it alive. It would be really easy if they just had put 7 character or allowed us to remove the first tune, picked up making a complete new party, and leveled them all at the same pace. It's a great game, but that single game design makes it very annoying.
Wait, so they reviewed it negatively, but it's a positive review.
Well,
it's a positive review with 1.
it might be the
one.
negative review that's just most. I believe this is the negative one.
You can't say, he said, I only put a negative rating so people know what they're getting into if they're on the fence or buying it or not. It's a great game.
Yeah, basically what they're saying is the character that you don't play as doesn't level up because you don't play as them. And the reason, and they also point out that you're not playing with them, you probably don't like them. And it's like all of that tracks.
But to get the full experience, you have to it's what they're saying is accurate. It makes sense. And it is an annoying feature. It's not the only game that's ever had that, where you have to characters I'm not using don't get XP when they're not being used.
Yeah.
So that means that if I want to experience the full game, I have to play like 2 times the amount of effort that I would usually do, because I have to go and I have to level up a whole set of characters that I'm not using.
I mean, yeah.
I get their complaint, and it's made only clearer in the way that Kim delivered their review.
Yes.
Thank you. I felt like I was really
you embodying the character.
Yeah, loop.
Yeah.
Really method.
This is a hard 2. I'm not gonna lie. Based on reviews, you saw it was gonna be easy.
Toss-up. Yeah.
Well, because both of the reviews were like, I can see how it was great, but also it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reviews are very specific. They grab onto one very small aspect of the games. I'm confused. Can you tell me which games are which review again?
So Shark Blaze and Super Chiba are Resident Evil 4. Threlephant and Yaloop are Octopath Traveller 2.
Okay, I'm going to go Octopath.
I have to go Octopath as well.
Interesting. Really?
And I base it kind of on, I the review, obviously, but also the way that I perceive the reviewer is important.
That's all we can do.
Yeah, it's with Octopath, even Steam user Yaloop, I got what they were putting down, and they didn't seem like they were trying to bring the game. They admitted that it's good, but you should want to know about this one thing because it may be a deal breaker for you.
Fuck.
And with Elephant or Threlephant, as Kim said,
thank you.
They couldn't they like it, they love it, they'll have some more of it.
Yeah, and I guess I was just irritated with Super Shiba. I guess that's really what it is. I was irritated with Super Shiba and the way they were upset with Resident Evil 4 Remake having a better system that was not as arcadey, basically feeling, it sounds like, as the original. So that's my 2 cents.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's I guess it's an upset. It's a Cinderella story.
That's a little bit. Yeah, I was expecting Resident Evil 4 to move on, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's on you.
Hey, you know what? New Hampshire is the thing people say. All right. Well, fuck. We did it. Okay. So we know what's moving on. Lies of P.
Mm-hmm.
Armored Core 6.
Okay.
Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars. No Final Fantasy.
Octopath Traveller 2. The games that did not go on are... Okay. The games that did not go on include what are essentially the biggest media franchises on the planet Earth. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Starfield, a game that people worked on for literally a decade.
That should have been a decade plus one.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16, the latest in a absolutely absurd legacy of video games, and Resident Evil 4, a remake of one of the most beloved games of all time. Those are not moving on.
Yeah, well, I guess they should have tried harder.
Those we are leaving into the cold to die of exposure with Fortnite.
Try better next time. Games that are more important than my life.
All right. Well, damn.
Yeah. I actually think that we did a good job.
Yeah, I think we were fair.
I think we're not sheeple.
Yeah, and if Square and Bethesda and EA, BioWare, and all those folks,
All the big dogs.
If you're upset, but guess what? Don't blame us. Blame the reviewers, because that's
actually, we really do, like, we are going along with what others have said. We do not have opinions.
Yeah, we simply translate the pros from Steam reviews into something that we can make decisions on. It's a foregone conclusion. It was always going to be this way.
Yes. I've seen 1,000 realities, and in all of them, Starfield sucks shit.
I've seen my death.
And I die like this.
And it was not as cringy as that developer review from Starfield.
Yeah. God, that was horrible.
Next time, we bring the GOTY chat to a close. We have our top 8, and much like MySpace, we are going to ruin our lives trying to decide which one's our favorite. So fuck, that'll be a fun thing. Thank you for listening to Player 2s. All the Player 2s we had. Do y'all have any thing you want to mention? Any fun stuff that folks should know about? Recommendations?
I really don't, man.
That's fair.
Okay. But you got a show coming up, Kim. But I think
that's true.
it'll be
By the time,
over.
by the time this releases, it'll be long. She'll have long bombed.
I
just let you sneeze.
I started right before we started doing this. I played a little bit of Power Wash Simulator, and then I'm playing. For some reason, I have the itch to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so I'm going back to that for some reason.
Okay, that's a good game.
Oh, also, the Doctor Who's back, y'all.
Oh, okay.
They brought back David Tennant and Donna Noble.
Whoa.
I'm a friend. I'm a fan of David Tennant.
If you had said I'm a friend of David Tennant, I would
lose my mind.
Like,
I would lose my mind.
How did you hide that from us?
No, I do have a friend that has the same birthday as him, but other than
Same
that,
thing.
6 degrees of separation.
they're very close.
They have 2 specials leading into the new Doctors coming on board, and I haven't watched Doctor Who in a long time, but they're real good. They brought back Russell T Davies, who's he was the guy who brought it back originally back in like 2006. So
wow.
he's doing a good job. Nice. So they're good. They're delightful. Doctor Who's a good series.
People who get laid watch that show.
Yeah, it's only if you're cool. If you like football and you're just like, man, football's too nerdy, I need something cooler, go to Doctor Who.
And if you're a nerd and you're like, I want to feel more like a cool jock, also watch Doctor Who.
Yeah,
because it does
and
that.
Play Fortnite.
It's the Fortnite of television.
Yeah, it's the Fortnite of TV, and it's on Disney Plus, but not all the old ones, just the new ones moving forward. Apparently,
I'm rewatching Letterkenny.
They know that the last season's coming.
I know, that's why I'm rewatching.
Have you been watching? Did you watch Shoresy and Shoresy season 2?
Okay, I have not dipped into Shoresy, but I don't know if I should, because I just see it and I'm like, it's Jared Keeso again. Like, I don't know.
It's so fucking good, and he's like so in love with this woman, and he just like he says these things like, oh, I want to go to your house. He's like, I will do chores. I want to empty your dishwasher so bad. It's just like,
fuck.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, I have that on my list.
It's brilliant.
Then.
It is a fucking brilliant
It's the
television
same
show.
character, right?
Yeah, it's Shoresy.
Good.
It's fucking amazing. I can't believe you haven't seen
Give
it.
your balls a tug.
God.
All right, well, yes, Letterkenny, and I guess pretty soon Shoresy. They're on Hulu. They make me laugh so fucking hard. It is unbelievable. Well, again, we don't have a final review. We do request that you give us a good review on your podcatcher of choice. And by God, next time we'll know our game of the year.
Or die trying.
Or kill each other. Most video game review places, they don't go through this level of emotional turmoil to decide what is their game of the year.
Yeah, and self-reflection.
Just us, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just us.
Yeah. So bang a pop when we walk around. Like a video
Celebrate
game first
us.
responder.
Yep.
Kim, tell us
All
about
right.
your parents. My name is Jojo.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Kim, and thinking that terminal illness is funny as my real mom and dad. And this has been Listening to Player 2.
Listening to Player 2.
We've been listening to Player 2.